Revenge is directed by Coralie Farge. This is actually her directorial debut, and she wrote the film as well. And this film follows a young woman who is invited to this hunting trip, really as just eye candy for these three men, and one of whom decides to rape her, which leads to her death in an effort to cover up the incident. Only these three men underestimated how resilient this woman is, leading to a vengeance-fueled rampage to, as the title will tell you, a path of revenge. I first started to catch wind about this film during the Toronto International Film Festival, where this movie was picked as the Midnight Madness movie. And various other films have premiered in this way, such as What We Do in the Shadows, Green Room, The Raid, and so many more. And I found Revenge to be a complete surprise, not only in regards to how much I enjoyed the film, but the fact that it improves drastically as the movie progresses. The first 10 to 15 minutes of this film I found to be pretty underwhelming because the way that they shoot this main character, she's very objectified, but in turn, when you look back on the movie, that's how these men view this woman, as just really an object for them to play with. But after this incident occurs in this film, there is obviously quite a drastic shift in not only the mood of the film, but the attitude of the lead character, who's portrayed excellently by Matilda Anna Ingrid Lutz. A majority of her performance in this movie is physical, her just trying to survive this situation. She really lets her presence be known in this film as a lead performer. I thought she did such a great job. Another strength of Revenge is the sound design and the mixing of this film. There are many moments in this film where the sound is amplified to almost a cartoonish level, and I think not only does it help deliver on these very gory, very graphic scenes with some of the sounds in it, but I think it also portrays some of these characters as just very vile and disgusting. But with Revenge, what I enjoyed most about this film was the shades of other prior movies that this film is comprised of. This film is this really brilliant combination of I Spit on Your Grave with also a little bit of Mad Max, with also some Quentin Tarantino flavor, specifically Kill Bill. And combining all of these films, what you get is a movie that doesn't take itself too seriously, frequently having these incredibly improbable moments, but because the film is seemingly so self-aware, as an audience member, I found myself just kind of rolling with it. If I did have some issues to point out with this film, I would say that there are a handful of shots in this movie that I think they used a bit too much of color gradation. There's so many shots in this film where they just really jack up the saturation, and I just found it very distracting. I think what they're trying to emulate is something in the lines of what Mad Max Fury Road was able to accomplish very successfully. However, there are a lot of shots that just made it look a bit too vibrant, especially with some of the narrative beats that we follow. I felt like it just kind of clashed a little bit. Also in this film, there is one bit of symbolism that I felt was a bit too on the nose and a bit too cheesy, even for this movie. I think it easily could have been delivered in a more subtle way, in a way that I would actually be a lot more impressed with, that wasn't this neon sign that was flashing to the audience what it's trying to convey. And like the 70s revenge thrillers that this movie is very clearly inspired by, this film is doused in blood, so much so that apparently the special effects department would frequently run out of it. This is straight up one of the most gruesome movies of the year. There is one scene in particular that makes Die Hard look like Sesame Street. If you haven't seen Revenge, I highly recommend that you check it out. It's like $4 to rent on Amazon, and I encourage you to follow the lead of Tiff. This is a perfect midnight movie that harkens back to the classic 1970s revenge thrillers in the best way possible, paying homage to films that have paved the way for the genre, and delivers on a totally brutal and totally blood-soaked film that is anchored by solid performances and taut storytelling. So thank you guys for watching today. I'm sorry I haven't been uploading as regularly as I typically do. I am taking some summer courses right now, along with working, and it is just keeping me pretty busy right now, but rest assured, the class is wrapping up soon, so that will free up my schedule quite a bit, thus allowing me to upload more frequently. But again, thank you guys for watching today. I hope you liked today's video, and if you did, you can click on the link down below and subscribe to my channel to see more movie reviews and movie related things. Again, guys, thank you so much for watching, and see you next time.